Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Esports video where we're going to talk about free agency a bit. Obviously, free agency opens in some regions today, some regions tomorrow, depending on what your time zone is and whatever that is going on with you. So, what's this video going to be about? As you can tell by the title, it's like the storylines, the things that I'm thinking about going into free agency, the questions that I think are most important and most interesting. So, yeah, comment down below with what you think is going to be most interesting coming out of free agency. What questions do you think need to be answered? Which ones you think are the most important? I am not going to probably talk about the LEC really in this video because all those rosters are pretty much done. So that's kind of the downfall of all the leaks is there's no hype. So other three regions, mainly a lot of my opinions are LCK related, really. So we'll start with the LPL. So LPL, the thing that I want is to figure out the JDG rumors. JDG rumors, that's on the board, right? Right. JDG rumors. They're rumored to possibly getting Ruler, Knight, and Mid. I mean, that could be a super team. We saw gen.g attempt this. Ruler and Chovy alongside each other. Now, Kanavi obviously is way better than Peanut. Very different player than Peanut, but a very, very good player. Those JDG rumors are massive. Those, like, that roster looks scary. Another team, are BLG going to spend a lot of money? So, because last year they wanted Knight. They couldn't get him. They ended up getting stuck with Fofo and Mid, and they didn't have Bin. They had to let him go. I mean, loan him out to RNG for Uzi and whatever, and BLG stunk. So, BLG, are they going to spend money? Are OMG going to keep their roster? OMG, rumored to be putting Shanji and Cream on the block not too long ago. Are they going to keep those two players or not? Those two players are the core. They are the players that you want to build around if you're OMG. Another thing with the LPL that I'm thinking about is the mid lane. Mid lane specifically. Mid lane, Rookie, Scout, Xiaohu, Duanbi, Yagao, Knight. All these guys are free agents. And there are more than that. Like we did the LPL video, you can go look back at it on my channel. The mid lane is incredibly deep in the LPL. There are a lot of nameplate mid laners that might end up in other places. And some people are going to say, well, Duanbi has said this, or that. That's not the point. Point is, a lot of players are available. And I don't know why Duanbi's doing that unless he's just retired and he doesn't care. Mid lane is a massive thing. Mid lane is going to shape the LPL free agency. Just make sure I'm still on the board. Yes. I got to double check this because this board is not exactly the way I want it, but I'm already committed. So, you got all that. You've got some bot laners, right? Gala, Jackie Love, Viper, Ming, Mako. All these guys are available. Flandre in top lane. I know he's not great, but Bin, the Shy. Where are all these stars going? I mean, those are the things that I'm really interested in, right? And it's very different than the way I'm viewing the LCK, which is really, really something. Because in the LPL, I'm like, oh my god, the GDG rumors so hype. BLG, what are they going to do? Are they going to spend money? Prince and Lehens segue into the LCK. Where are they going? Are BLG the team spending money? Who knows? They have Doggo. Do they really need those guys? No. Oh, well, let me rephrase that because people are going to think that I thought Doggo is sufficient. Prince is better. OMG, are they going to sell their players? Like stuff like that. The LPL is a lot different. The LCK, can gen I mean, I don't even know. Like, I feel like Word and can gen.g do anything? That's not even doing it justice. Is Gen dead? Is gen.g dead? And by that, I don't mean that they're going to be out of the playoffs and they're not a world's contending team. By that, I mean you have to somehow replace multiple players that are high level. Ruler, Lehens, and bot lane. Damwon Kia. Like, we're going to get into that in a second. They are fighting and they are looking better than gen.g right now going into free agency. And, you know, in terms of maybe being able to figure out replacements. Like, can gen.g replace Ruler and Lehens? They re-signed Peanut. I mean, that makes sense. Peanut is not, I don't think, the problem with gen.g necessarily. Definitely doesn't help the situation, but I think he's limited and he is what he is. But like Chovy being there, gen.g will always be competitive in the world's contending team. But I think right now it's going to be very hard for themselves to stay in contention as a world championship contending team. You know, going into Worlds, we had them in the, I had them number one all year long. They were up, you know, in the upper, they were in the top 5 pretty much all year, top 10. Like, they were always in contention. Right now, the way it looks, it's going to be super hard to do that if Ruler is gone and they do not find a replacement. They don't have, Ruler, they're replacing with Pays. So who's going to be the support alongside Pays? Are they going to go with Barrel, Life? Something like that. Damwon Kia. You know, this kind of inspired it yesterday. Whoever you were in the comment section asked me, what do I think Damwon Kia is going to do in top and bot? What would I think I would want to do? And this team has options. There are a lot of good players, and they can sell the fact that, hey, we've got Canyon and Showmaker here, arguably one of the best, if not the best, jungle mid duos in the world. What do you want to do about it? Rascal's available, Prince, Teddy, Viper, Ruler. None of this is official, right? So all these guys are available. Damwon Kia, in the position they're in, and it's funny because it feels a lot different than gen.g. But both teams are in similar boats, right? You know, you're thinking about it. Both are missing key players from their Worlds runs. But at the same time, with the way top lane went with Damwon Kia and the way Duck Dom played, it's not as impactful as the Ruler and Lehens situation with gen.g. Maybe it's because Ruler was the face of the franchise for so long, but it's tough. And then other things with the LCK. What happens with well, this is an important one, right? DRX, all free agents. Where do they go? Are they going to stick around? I'd like to think that they would, but there are rumors that Kingen and Zeka are getting offers, are being pushed by their agency to seek offers to up their value, which might bring them outside of DRX's price range. You'd like to think DRX, because they've won a championship, would have the money to be able to keep the gang together. You know, but it might not happen. So DRX, where do all those players go? I feel like this team, and it's probably, you know, this is a slight towards them probably, but the team, no one piece is bigger than the sum of its parts in terms of DRX. I feel like when all these pieces break up, except Barrel obviously historically has been a really good player. When Pioshik goes wherever, Zeka goes wherever, Kingen, and whatever happens with Deft, I don't think these players are going to be in a position where they're really going to be, outside of Barrel, you know, quite at the same level they just were with DRX. And it's going to be unfortunate, but I think that is a big thing to monitor over the next day here. Keen. Where does Keen go? That's a big one, right? Keen, one of the most noteworthy name-plated players in Korea, the face of Africa. Where is he going to go? Is he going to stay with Kwangdong Freaks? Is he going to leave? There are rumors that they might leave. They might move on and go with a younger roster. But do you consider a roster young if 4 of the 5 parts are young? I would say so. I would say that's a young roster with one veteran to keep it together. And if not, where does he go? Does he go to Damwon Kia? Does he go to Gen.g? Does he go to, wherever? Like, I think there are options there for Keen. Or does he falter? Because last year he struggled a lot. Did he play his way out of a top role? It is possible. What do we got else here? We got, what other big storylines? That's the thing. Like, the LPL and the LCK really have my attention going into today. With all these great players being available. Jeez Louise, just 1 second. I apologize for that. Just, had to take a pause there for a second. So, LPL and LCK, definitely the 2 regions that I'm most interested in. And I feel like a lot of people are, because that's where the best players are. Now, as far as the LCS is concerned, let's get into that. LCS, for different reasons, I'm going to use some rumors as to why I am excited about what they might do, but so 100 Thieves. I am hyped about 100 Thieves roster. And if people are going to say this is going backwards for North America and this or that, and I agree with that to a degree. So going with Bjerg and Doublelift theoretically definitely is taking a step back. You've got 2 older players that have proven time and time again that they're on struggle street at, international events, could not get over the hump, and at their age, they're out of their prime. Fair enough. So when you pair them with Tenacity in top lane, a very young player with a future, a lot of people in North America that have watched and had a history of having decent eyes for North American talent, I think Tenacity is good enough to be LCS worthy. Should have been LCS worthy last year, so that's good. Bucio, I think, is pretty talented. I like a player that is willing to do a lot of different things in the bot lane at support. As a person that played support, I think being able to do a lot of different things is important. So that is a thing. Like, you've got 2 really young players. Jungle's up in here. You've got 2 really young players, inexperienced. You got 2 veterans. I do not expect this team to do well internationally. That is not my intention. Similar to the EG thing, we look at JoJo and Danny and we say, where are these players going to go from MSI to Worlds? Like, are they going to take a step forward? Are they getting better throughout the year in the region? That's how I'm viewing Tenacity, Bucio, and 100 Thieves. But also, I have here content. What does that mean? 100 Thieves are one of the biggest North American organizations, and their content is a big deal. It's a big part of their team, big part of their organization. The content has lagged behind. I think that the LCS, along with a lot of other people, has slacked. Teams have slacked. It does not cost a lot of money to put a tent up, put out a white folding table, and sign autographs, talk to fans, and put a face to the player on the screen and make yourself more available. So that needs to happen. Obviously bigger than 100 Thieves, but 100 Thieves has almost a responsibility as a content creating org to do more work with that. And I believe Bjerg, Doublelift, and I mean, that's a massive thing. They need content with this. And another roster that I'm interested in, and this is 100% rumor based, is the FlyQuest roster gonna be what it is? So FlyQuest rumored, I think I saw Impact, maybe Spica, and Vikla in mid. I am really excited about Vikla. I really am. I thought Vikla played okay with KT, definitely better than Arya, but he looked like a rookie in the LCK. But I think Vikla, like, this is an opportunity for FlyQuest to steal an import like they did to Kui, and that player grow with that organization, and maybe they can hang on to him unlike they did to Kui, right? And also at the same time, it is a just replacement for Takui. I think he might be better than Takui. So, it was really confusing why they let him go, but with a player like Vikla lined up, it's okay. I'm really wondering where Jose Dioto goes. So we've got Jungle. Similar to the mid lane situation in the LPL, but on a much lesser scale because these players are not world champions and things like that. But what's going to happen with closer Santorin, Jose Dioto, Spica? Just listed 4 junglers that are actually not too bad in my opinion. And where are they going to go? And people are going to say, oh, well, this rumor says this and this rumor said that. But think for yourself for a second, where do you want them to go? Where do you think would be the best place for them to go? That's something to think about. So the jungle role, definitely pretty interesting going in the next couple days. And then TL. So TL rumors, another interesting thing. All Korean roster in terms of all Korean speaking. Harry in mid lane can speak Korean. The OS mid laner is going to give TL an opportunity to do all Korean comms. So this will be interesting. It really is. Now, Summit in top lane is the rumor. Summit wanted to come back to North America, didn't want to leave North America from what I understand. And C9 blocked him from going to TSM when C9 let him go, which I think is BS. And then there's reports that a KR import, a Korean import, will go into the jungle. So the 2 imports are top in jungle. There are a number of Korean junglers that are going to be free agents. We're thinking of guys like Pioshik. I think Cuz is available. Elam. Not players. I really hope they don't do something like On Fleek or Umpty, but theoretically, I could see a player like Pioshik doing it. I really could. People will think that he might just want to stream. If that's the point, if that's it, and he's pretty much willing to retire at this point after winning Worlds and getting his Kindred skin, might as well go to TL, make more money, and stream in North America. Why not? People said TL didn't want to spend a lot of money, and theoretically they are not, right? So you've got Harry and I believe Yeon at 80 carry. Core JJ probably didn't take too much money because at this point in his career, he's not going to be a high price tag. Summit probably cost a little bit, but at the same time, where was he going to go? In the LPL, there's a lot of better top laners available. He could go to the LCK to a bottom tier team if he wants to, but TL probably gives him the best chance of going to Worlds again. And then, like I said, in the jungle, that's where they can spend. They could go after a guy like Pioshik if they wanted to. Not saying I'm recommending it, but they could. So that's kind of my thoughts right now going into the next 12 to 36 hours. Like I said, I didn't go over the LEC because all that stuff's done. There's no point in talking about Excel's roster because it's already been talked about to death. There's no hype. There's no hype. So comment down below with your opinions. What do you think are the biggest storylines going the next couple days? Like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube member. $3 a month supports the channel, $10 a month supports the channel to get extra content that is NFL American football content. I do a couple days a week when the season's going on until League comes back, and then I'll be doing more League content. So thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more.